Manzabani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm delighted to have with me IBF European Heavyweight Champion, my man Kash Ali. Kash, how are we doing?
Yes, all good, bro. Thanks for having me on. But
Always,
yeah, all good, man. All good.
always a pleasure having Mr. Ali on. I haven't actually spoken to you for a long time. I remember being at your fight for David Price. That's the last time I actually saw you fight. I didn't get a chance to interview you,
Yeah,
unfortunately, because of the circumstances. But
yeah.
generally, how's life been? How's everything?
Yeah, everything's good, bro. Everything's good. Like I said, I've just been enjoying the past few weeks. Obviously, I'm still training and stuff taking over, but it's enjoying being the European champ, enjoying it, and just happy to be here. To be honest, bro.
You seem like you dominated that fight with Thomas Salic.
Yeah,
Everything just kind of went in your favor in that fight. You seem very confident.
yeah,
I know since that loss to Price, you've had kind of three or four now
yeah,
fights since. Are you just getting better and better and better now?
yeah. Definitely. Like I said, like 4 fight score, teamed up with my good friend Richard Towers, who's training me now. So everything's coming slowly but surely. I've always had the talent, but now everything's coming together. Like I said, the training's been so good. Like I said, I've cleaned my diet up, and I'm just putting the hard work in, and that's what it was with this fight. I've been training so hard. The result speaks for itself. It's not a shock to me. I know what I'm capable of, but sometimes you've got to, like I said, you've got to prove it on the big stage, and that's what I believe I did.
I know in the past I've listened to your interviews and you've spoken about sometimes lifestyle outside, not having enough time to train, eating. I know you love eating your food, but has all of that kind of eliminating all of that, has that helped you now?
No, no, definitely. I've cleaned that up. Like I said, it's all the little stuff. If you sleep on time, train hard. But the train people don't understand when it comes to training, it's got to be the right training. You can be training harder but not getting no benefits from it. You could be doing more damage to yourself. But with me, I'm grateful. I've got Richard on my side, and we're together. He's a heavyweight himself, so picking up things. He knows that's heavyweight's a different whole world. It's a different world itself. It's compared to the other divisions. So he's only got that experience and knowledge, and it's good. I'm building myself up. After each fight I've been with him, I'm getting better and better. So the next fight, I want to improve, even if it's 1%, 10%. As long as I'm getting better, we're heading in the right direction.
Talk to me about these celebrations because I was following your social media. I'm seeing drum players. I'm seeing the streets are being lined up across Sheffield, Rotherham. They're loving this, aren't they?
No, no, definitely. You know what? I've got good people behind me. I've got good friends, family. Even like I said, the more you do well in boxing, the more people get behind you. But I think it was a happiness for all the people that be with me from the start. Obviously, I had that little bit of down. Well, it was an experience with David Price, but we had that little bit of negative stuff what happened. But I think everyone's happy to see me climb back up again. And there was a lot of haters and stuff, but that don't matter. That's just part of life, I guess. But yeah, the celebrations are good, bro. As you can, the sweets everywhere, the cakes. It's still going on. I'm just trying to avoid it now. Just need to get myself back in focus and back into the gym, which I am already. So I'm not slacking. It's not like I'm gonna go up and balloon up or do anything. Like I'm disciplined outside boxing anyway. I don't drink, I don't smoke. So that's a blessing itself. But more than anything, yeah, I've just enjoyed it. Spend time with my family and friends. Yeah.
So obviously, I know you've had that one loss, but one loss doesn't define a career, especially in the heavyweight division. Ali, Fraser, everyone lost fight. I know we live in this Floyd Mayweather era where people like to protect their own, but how far do you think you can realistically go?
No, definitely. Like I said, that for me, like that loss, it wasn't like obviously on there it's a disqualification, but the, it wasn't like I got beat. That's the reality. Obviously, if I ever got a chance to prove myself with Price, I believe I'll beat him. Even that fight, I thought I was getting into it. It was getting, it was quite a piece. I thought in the last round, I was probably starting to come on top. But for me, that I took that as a positive. It was a big fight, a big stage. I got that feel of that big vibe, and that's what probably helped me in the last fight I had mentally and stuff. But yeah, I believe I can go all the way, bro. That's what I'm here for, and I believe I've got so much to go and give you, and I'm getting so much positive feedback from what I've done in this last fight, and it's just gonna get better. We're just honestly just starting. We're just starting.
In terms of coming out next, when's the planned date?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be about probably September time, September October. Defend my title. So just good. I think the IBF probably on mandatories or probably defend it with someone in Europe or whatever, and then from there take it from there. But like I said, my team, Dennis Hobson and Steve Crump, I'll let them deal with that, and then I'll like I said, I'll be ready anyway. So just waiting for a date, and then ready to step up the training and go again.
Kash, I know obviously you're the IBF European champion, but generally speaking, the domestic heavyweight scene is filled with fighters. You got people like Fabio Wally who've had 10, 11 fights. You've got up and coming like Johnny Fishers, etc. So it's filled with people in the division.
Yeah.
Obviously, Daniel Dubois probably ahead of Fabio Wardley. You got Joe Joyce probably ahead of Daniel Dubois, and then you've got kind of the Dylan White to Joshua's. Like, do you want to be involved in that mix of those heavyweights in the UK?
No, 100%. Like I said at the minute, I believe the top in England, the top 10 guys in England, they're pretty much on the world scene already. They're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the world anyway. But like I said, with myself, Wardley, Nick Webb, Gorman, Dubois, Dave Allens, there's a lot of fight. Joe Joyce he's probably looking to fight for a world title soon. But yeah, 100%. If they're the kind of fights they can be big fights either from the British level all the way up to the world level. I think all of them fights could be big British showdowns.
Absolutely. No, we look forward to hearing some news about you, Kash, in the coming weeks, months. Kash, before I let you go, I just want to touch on obviously the heavyweight division. It's we were all looking forward to this Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was a done deal. Eddie Hearn was confident. Fury announced it as well. It's done. And then within a matter of days, it falls apart. And then within another matter of days, he signs for Deontay Wilder. Were you gutted? I know you've been in the gym with Fury. I know you've been in the gym with Joshua as well. So were you gutted that fight's not taking place straight away?
Yeah, it was like the fight is gonna take place within hopefully this year or next year. They're both in their primes. They're both on top of. They both have good. They've both on top of they've had good fights recently. Obviously, he beat Wilder and Joshua beat Ruiz. As Joshua boxed after that. Oh no, he boxed Pulev. Yeah. So they're both still on. They're winning streaks. So it's for the fans. It's a bit disappointing, but I don't know. Even the Wilder Fury fight, I still think it's a dangerous fight. It's still going to be good to watch. And even Joshua and Usyk, that's another good fight. They're not Fury Joshua, but they're still top fights. So I think either way we can let them fight, and then they can fight. There'll be another time for them to fight again. Just hope there's not going to be a fourth fight with Wilder and Fury.
What do you make of kind of Deontay Wilder's demeanor? They had the press conference last week, and he had his headphones on, very silent. He's been very vocal over the last year about his accusations about Fury and cheating and Mark Breeden, etc. But what did you kind of make of his kind of demeanor?
Yeah, I think when a fighter's been beaten, he lost that fight. Obviously, he's never lost, so his mental side and he's obviously reacted to. He's never reacted to that before because he's never lost. So obviously, that's his way of. If that's his way of showing how he's taking a loss, that's his way. Fighting is a strange game. He does funny stuff to people, but I think he's back. Let's see if he's been training hard, which he looks like. I know he's training with Malik Scott, who I know quite well, and they'll be working on a game plan to beat Tyson Fury. But with all this stuff, he seems quite quiet recently in the press conference. But I don't know. We'll see. I think people forget he's still a big puncher. So he's got a big puncher's chance, but he's gonna have to set it up instead of just going for it. And Fury will beat him again. Obviously, I favour Fury, but you can't write a man off like Deontay Wilder. You can't just knock people out like that and not think not take him serious.
I was going to ask about Malik Scott. I know you know him well. I've been around Malik as well, and I know he likes to, as much as his career wasn't as successful as he probably wanted, from an intellectual perspective and just a boxing encyclopedia, he's very, very knowledgeable. He's a student of the game. What can you bring to Deontay Wilder in terms of his game?
Yeah, I've seen some pad videos of him doing, and I think more than anything, I listened to some of what Malik was saying. He was saying in boxing, it was his mindset and how disciplined Deontay is now compared to what he was. Obviously, he said he's got a gym in the garden or in his living room or something. But if you're probably cutting corners before when you're knocking people out. It's easy to say, "Oh, I don't need to do this. I don't need." And to be honest, not saying he did that, but having all yes men around you, you need people in your corner. The ones that care for you, they're not going to agree with everything what you say. You might argue with them, you might fall out with them, but they've got the best of interest in their heart. They mean well for you. But I think with Malik now, I think more than anything, I feel like he should, if I was a trainer, he should be showing him, or not showing him, but trying to teach him how to set the right hand up really, with his jab, with his feints, touching Fury up. Instead of going for that big right hand, he's never going to land it on Tyson. Or if he does, it's not going to be as effective. But if he's going to set it up I think he's got a good chance of knocking Tyson out. But it's a big ask because I think Tyson's top of his game. Tyson's more confident. And we don't know. This is Deontay's first fight after that big loss. So we still don't know how he's handled it. He's not let much off. Obviously, had his big earphones in that day, but he wasn't speaking. So we'll see when the fight happens.
Obviously, another man you sparred, I know, Anthony Joshua against Usyk, and everyone called. I saw a Tony Belly interview, and Tony said, "Listen, it's a dangerous fight in the ring. He's very, very difficult, and he's very, very crafty. Even though he's not a big heavyweight, how much problems can he cause, Joshua?"
Yeah, I think. See, Belly's only a small man, so Usyk's gonna cause him problems. But I think with Joshua, he's a big man. You know, he's a big man. He's a big, powerful man. You know, he's a big unit. I think that's going to be the difference in the fight. Obviously, Usyk's movement, footwork, angles, it'll cause him problems. But I think Joshua will start catching him, and then I think the power will be too much. That's what I reckon. But then with Usyk, we don't know. Even with Usyk, he handled Chisora quite well. It was a close fight, but we'll see. It's interesting. It's I think more than anything, we'll see how Usyk handles the big heavyweights. Obviously, Chisora's a big heavyweight, but he's more stocky, comes forward type. But with Joshua, 6'6", 18 stone, and you know, with his jab and stuff. So it's interesting because Usyk's a boxer. So is he going to really outbox somebody bigger than him? We'll see. He needs to get inside and do something, but we'll see. It's an interesting one anyway.
Who punches out the hardest out? I know you sparred Chisora, obviously leading up to Usyk. Chisora, Fury, Joshua. I'm not sure if you sparred Dylan White, but who kind of punches the hardest, you think?
You know what? I thought because even I fought David Price, but I did a lot of sparring with David. I thought singly David Price punched quite pretty. You know, his right hand was pretty strong. But it's weird. Every heavyweight's got different kind of power. Chisora's he's a big, strong man. You know, he's got like a Tudding kind of power. Dillian can punch as well. You know, they all can punch, but they've all got different kind of powers. But to be honest, even Tyson Fury, he's a big. People say, "Oh, Tyson Fury can't punch," but the guy's 19 stone, 7 foot. He's gonna when he lands, it's gonna feel. But like I said, in sparring, obviously got big gloves on, big head guards on. But yeah, they all can punch. You know, it's not. I won't say none of them can't punch. You know what I mean? So, you know, just that's where all heavyweights, I believe, they all can punch. But I think where the difference is with the speed. If you got speed with it, it makes it more effective. The power becomes more effective then.
Okay, Kash, well, let's hope we get to see this undisputed fight eventually, whether it's end of the year or early next year. All the best, obviously, with your celebration. Take it easy. Don't eat too much cake and sweets. Keep the drum players rolling in the street because I enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sure when you get an announcement for your next fight, we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah, definitely, bro. You never know. Next fight, we might have to bring them out in the entrance.
Listen, we'll enjoy that as well. It's not a problem.
Yeah, okay, man. Thanks for having me on, bro, and see you soon, brother.
Always a pleasure. Kash Ali, IFL TV, thank you very much.